Are you a busy professional looking to profit from option trading but limited on time during the day? Do you think the stock market requires too much time in general to be worth it? Are you a swing trader or a part-time trader and only have a few minutes a day to execute your trades? What's up, everyone? This is Eric with Theme Option Trading, and today I'm going to discuss how at a minimum you can double your trading capital in only 5 minutes a day. In this video, I'm going to discuss the details of the setup, different exit scenarios, and so much more. Let's get started. All right, so we're actually going to look at the hourly first. For NVDA, I have posted other videos that looks at the daily. So today we're just going to start with the hourly chart. Let's look at NVIDIA, and I'm big on key levels. What is one key level that seems very strong? Well, let's look. We have a bounce here at 850. Does this key level hold true? Draw our line, bounce, bounce, bounce. Fake breakdown, cannot sustain, failed bounce. Okay, does this key level hold some weight? Absolutely. This 850 level has been holding constantly. Every time we test, except for this last test, we have held 850. Also, I trade NVIDIA almost every single day. So I know that 850 is the line in the sand, at least from a micro perspective, 30, 60 day perspective, to determine NVIDIA's future. So all eyes are on NVIDIA. We have this fake breakdown and push. If we were in a strong market cycle at this time, this probably would have given NVIDIA enough strength to make new all-time highs and potentially go to 1,000. But we were in a weak cycle, and what happened? This bag holder line was stronger. By definition, the bag holder line does have more participants, but that's on a daily perspective. I'm looking at multi-day here. We have bounce, 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 fake breakdown bounce. So this 850 line is major. Why is this important? Because I want to find a strategy that aligns with the market cycle and this key level. What market cycle are we in? A weak market cycle. Okay, so if we break below this strong key level, I have conviction, pretty strong convictions, that NVIDIA can tank. So this is what I'm going to look for going into the day is, are we going to end the day with NVIDIA holding below 850? All right, now let's zoom in to the 1 minute and see. Okay, 1 minute. What happened with this 850 line? We dumped below. Once again, attempt at a fake breakdown, ran out of gas. That's twice now the fake breakdown has not held. What's unique about this push attempt? It's lower. Textbook definition, lower high, bearish signal. That's great. But I only want to spend 5 minutes on this, so I want to see if this can hold below 850 at the end of the day. Real quick, let's look at what happens after this reject. We consolidate, we fail, push once again. If I was trading this intraday, great entry signal. Failed push on above average volume, reject. But we're looking at this in the last 5 minutes of the day. This is a great time to look at a chart at the end of the day. Are we going to hold below this key level? And look what happens. We did. I entered at 2:58 Central, so 3:58 market time for about 90 cents. We were below this strong key level. I've traded this thing quite a bit. I had strong convictions that since we held below this intraday and have had no gas on the pushes, this thing could potentially heavily end in my favor. All right, so we have our trade plan, our entry. Where is our risk? First, if in a perfect world, our risk would be above this 850. But we don't have that luxury because we're holding an options contract overnight. So if it goes against us overnight, we can't exit. So the mindset that I have is whatever I enter with is going to expire worthless. Not the case at all. But I just have this mindset to prevent me from panicking one way or another. There's a big mental aspect of trading. And I want to have the mindset of it's going to expire worthless. After hours and pre-market trading with options contract is a blessing and a curse, because if it goes heavily in your favor, you can't get excited and exit. You have to hold till the market open, and it forces you to stick to your overnight plan. The curse part is it can go heavily against you, but that's why I long. I know I can only lose so much. I will never naked short. Okay, we have our risk. Next, we need to decide our exit strategy. There's really one of three ways to do this, all which will take you less than 5 minutes tomorrow. What is the first thing we need to consider? There's 1 day left until expiration. Why is that important? That means whenever we look towards our exit signal, we better have strong convictions that said move is going to happen by the end of day tomorrow. Let's look at the first of three exit opportunities. Exit at the market open. Okay. Market opens, you exit your position immediately. Whatever the contract is worth, that's what you sell it for. I will say, if you do this, that you need to watch the bid-ask spread. It's very volatile and very wide sometimes in the morning, and that spread can eat away your position. So just something to look at. What's the second option? The second option is define a profit target. We look at this chart, and we've looked at the hourly, and we know that there was one other attempt at the fake breakdown, but this is the more recent attempt of a fake breakdown. So what would be a great profit target? Below this level. Do we think that if we break this low, we're going to continue pushing lower? Yeah. So what would a good profit target be? Probably about 815 or 800. For me, I chose the 815 put contract. I had convictions that if we rejected this 850 level, continued the weakness and broke past this low, it would hold. So I chose the 815 put contract. The third option is hold till close. As I mentioned, if we take the profit target approach or the hold till close, you have to be very certain that this move is going to happen before end of day tomorrow. I will leave it at that. Whatever you decide has to be back tested. It cannot be based off of gut. It cannot be based off of randomness. It has to have data to back your exit. Let's look at what happened overnight and in the morning, see where we opened, see if our profit target hit, and see what the contract's value was worth at the close. Did this work out in our favor? Absolutely. But before we go into these different exit scenarios, I need to make one thing clear. Do not let the outcome of this single trade define the way you exit. This may have been an outlier. This may have been normal. You need to do the research, back test your exit, and make sure you have a calculated edge. You cannot let one trade define your exit criteria. And I want to make that very clear. I have traded this. This was definitely an outlier. This was definitely a home run. So these results should not be expected by any means. Let's dive into the exits right now. At the open, about 8:30. So we dumped about $20 overnight. The options contract was trading at $1.80. I'm a day trader by nature, so I exited at the open, and I was looking for other opportunities to enter in the day to further capitalize on my overnight gains. Option 1. What was option 2? Our profit target of about 815, 800. Did this hit? Yes. We set an alert about $5 or so above this. The alert triggered. We know, it's about time to exit, and we exit. Takes less than 5 minutes. What was the options contract value worth at this point in time? $7. That sounds great, right? But let's look at had we held towards the end of day. we had a major sell-off. NVDA tanked from about $850 to about $760, almost $100 in a single day. Does this happen all the time? Absolutely not. The stars aligned perfectly, which we'll talk about soon. First, what was the options contract value worth at this time? $50. So had you held till end of day, if you bought one contract, your $100 would have been worth $5K. If you bought 10 contracts, your $1,000 would have been worth $50,000. This is why I love options. The reward is major. Did I hold till end of day on my intraday position? Absolutely not. Why? Because all day fade was not in theme, and I'm not perfect. I was very frustrated with my exit on this because I missed out on a home run. If you're frustrated with your exit, there's one of two things you can do. First, you can go back, look at your data, and see that, yes, okay, mathematically, I had the right exit here. I don't want to let one trade define my future. Or you can go back and not be satisfied and say, okay, maybe I need to look at my exits a little further. I was not satisfied. I studied this chart and see what I missed and why. All day fade was not in theme, which should contribute, but themes change daily. They are not a forever thing. And that was one thing that I overlooked. So what caused NVIDIA to tank on this day? We had the 500 level on the SPY finally break lower. Everyone was watching this level. It was like a magnet and it finally broke. That contributed. What else happened? There was some conflict in the Middle East. This happened overnight. The SPY went from 500 to 491 overnight. All of that conflict heavily affected the stock market and it actually halted overnight. Third, China hacked the US on Thursday. Does this affect the markets? In my opinion, absolutely. It did. And fourth, we were in a weak market cycle. All of those factors, in addition to us holding below a major key level, contributed to this major sell-off. Take note of all the points I just mentioned, so that way, if you exit early, like I did, whether you're trading this intraday or holding to your profit target, make note of those data points. So that way, if you missed it, you do not miss it the following time, or do everything in your power to prevent your early exit from happening again. What type of strategy is this? It is an overnight hold. Requires less than 5 minutes of your time. I actually have another video that has an overnight strategy where I traded Tesla. I turned $600 into 4K overnight. Once again, took less than 5 minutes of my time during the day, making money while I sleep, and I will take that return every single time. Watch that video, add that trade to your playbook of overnight holds that take less than 5 minutes of your time a day, so that way you can capitalize on the stock market during your busy schedule. That's it. Thank you again. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. Until next time.